So, hopefully you've come here from my prior video, which basically showcased how to get to about level 46 in like 20 minutes of actually playing the game from start. Now, bear in mind, because of our health, our flasks are massively underleveled for our current amount of health that we currently have. So, this video is essentially going to be showcasing how to get a extremely high flask and whatnot throughout the start. Like, we haven't done anything here in this game. I've just gone around and just making quick videos on for new players so they can essentially have the easiest time of their lives throughout the game. So, from Agil Lake North, which is basically at the gate front, you can see the massive gate over there. We're going to be heading southeast along this path. I have already collected a couple of them, but I'm going to literally go over all of them, even if I've collected them again. So, for now, we're just crossing this bridge. So, let's go get the basic ones first. So, keep following this path. Obviously take shortcuts so we don't spend 10 years looping around. We're going to bypass this carriage. And we're going to continue heading in this direction for now. So, continue along the path. It's going to take a little bit because it's a long ass path. But in doing so, as you're bypassing graces like this one right here, feel free to grab them. You'll be able to have TP spots then. Like, you can never say no to a TP spot. So again, continue the path. Now, if you want to avoid the catapults, then feel free to just sort of keep on this sort of path, but then veer just behind these posts in front here. And it'll go over your head and you just walk straight through. So, pick up some smithings there, but mainly pick up this stone sword key, because that's going to come in clutch later. Again, there's a grace right next to that bridge. Feel free, there's an NPC. I'm not going to be showcasing anything but flask upgrades in this one, so just on your own whim, follow it as fast as you like. Feel free to explore areas and whatnot, but the idea is to get OP as hell before you even do anything. So again, if you're looking to get a bunch of stats very early, in about 20 minutes of starting the game, I have another video on my channel you can quickly look at. So there's a grace there if you want as a checkpoint. I'm going to grab it because it is pretty good. So our first flask pickup, or a seed, and so to say, is just down the road here. There is a map piece if you feel like picking up a map piece. But the seed that we want is just around this bend, behind this tree, on top of that rock right there. Mind the golem, he's friendly, I promise. Right, let's pick up the seed. I'm going to quickly get back to that grace that I just got. That's why I got it, just for a checkpoint. And now from here, we're going to be heading west. Just a little side path again. It's like this foresty sort of town area, how you want to say, like a little village. Now, if you just hug this wall on the right, it'll pretty much take you to where you need to go. As long as you don't run into a tree like me. And then, boom, there's your church. And then that purpley item by the big rat is your flask upgrade that you like to pick up. You can use this rock and that to get up here. And then you want to head sort of northwest, and there'll be another grace just on that ledge there that you can pick up for a checkpoint again. And then you'll see a wooden bridge, and you want to just slightly bend a bit more over to the left side, and then there's this drop down is safe to do. and we're going to be going across this bridge. Now, there is a very good tier just down north way, so feel free to go check that out if you like, but for the most part I'm going to purely showcase the Flask upgrades. So we're heading up to the church, just up the road. Bum, bum, bum. So again, we're going to have another tier within this church with another checkpoint grace if you like to grab. I missed it because game good, me bad. Right, now we're going to head sort of south way, a bit more like southwest, and then pretty much directly-ish, no, pretty much southwest. You can see another church in the distance, so we're basically heading over there. Then, once you grab this one, we'll be TPing to a different area, because that's practically all the ones that we can grab in this direction. I say practically, it is. So again, get in this church, grab the grace, and grab your tier. Do, 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 do. So boom, there's our tier. I'll grab this grace, why the hell not? Because I'm either going to delete this character or carry on playing with it. So now, I'll showcase you from a Guild North again. It's kind of like the best sort of like hub area for you to know exactly where we are, in case it's your first time playing the game. So again, let's just go the standard path. Let's go across the bridge again. It's the easiest one to follow. Could you help us out? No. Stop talking to me, bush. Right, across the bridge, but instead of going that way this time, we're going to be bending off to the left and pretty much following that path down the left side. So, by all means, follow it if you like, but I'm just going to cut through. It's because it is slightly quicker. Now again, there is just a grace just by the path that you can grab for any kind of TP point or checkpoint, which is just there behind the rock. Not too far away from a big arch, can't miss it. And if you're following the path, you're basically going to go under the arch and stuff like that, but I'm just going to continue this direction because I'm already there. And you'll see a church just down the road. I have already picked this one up, but again, if you haven't been there, it's impossible to miss. It is a glowing ass object. Pick it up. Now you'll also find a legendary drop in here, which is the Physic, which is boom, this one down here. And again, another grace. So your tier will be on this third church of Marika. Then you want to get this. I'm just going to make sure I have this TP. Yep. Now, from here, we're going to be heading south. Again, there's like a little dirt path that you can follow. Now, there's going to be a key item that you need to pick up alongside the golden seed in this section. Purely because it's going to allow us to enter mid to late game areas. So again, just to keep it simple, follow the path, feel free to explore, but watch out for the big bears. The big bears are quite dangerous, like that one there. That's a map piece, feel free to pick it up, but if you don't want to get lost, just follow the path. I'm trying to keep it as very simplistic as possible. Just a lovely stroll. Mink. Right, so you'll come out to this spot and you can see a grace just in front of my head right now. You can grab that if you like, but we're going to be heading up into the castle. Now, I've already grabbed what I have up here, or maybe I haven't. I don't actually know. We'll find out. So, there's our golden seed for a flask. Now, have I been here or not? I don't even know myself, so I'm just going to jump in here and run through. Feel free to kill it all if you like, but running through is just the quickest for a showcase. Don't mind me. Just took a pot to the face, that is fine. We just carry on walking. Does not affect me, so we want to get up this ladder. Now, you might be followed. If you do, it is what it is, don't worry about it. He's not really a hard enemy, especially if you followed my first video, you'll take like no damage. I have not been here, so perfect. So in this chest is a Dectus Battalion piece, so we 100% want this. And I suppose, let me just go and knock this guy off. See you later, buddy. Right, so from here, because we've done this downwards bit, we've already done that. We've done most of this area. I'm going to show you quite an endgame. Someone followed me up. No, I thought I heard someone. I was about to kill him. Right, so I'm going to go back to the Third Church of America. Then from here, we're going to go through a teleporter. So hop on your horse and then just pop out of this window just next to the statue where you pick up the tier. Then there's going to be a bush with a teleporter. So I'm going to travel through that. Now, just be wary that practically most enemies in this area, if you are very low level, will one-shot you. Again, if you watched my other video on basically how to get really quick levels, then you'll be fine. Depending on what you allocated your stats into, but this is another golden seed here. I've picked it up, obviously. Now, there's another grace there if you want a checkpoint, because you can die if you get this jump down wrong. And by that, you just gotta fall onto a branch. It's not exactly hard, but it's a dodgy branch. It's a very slippy one. So you just want to drop down to this branch, and then feel free to jump into the wall. Now, my horse has stopped, but no my luck. No, we're good. Sometimes it just doesn't count as you fully stopped onto a solid piece of land, so it'll just kill you. But yeah, we're crossing this bridge, and behind the mage tower there's going to be an airlift. We're going to be taking that airlift up. Boom. Some runes here if you like to pick them up. Not too bad leveled runes as well, pretty decent. Now we're going to be following along this little ridge. Let's keep to the far side over here so you don't aggro the boss over there, the tree. So we're looping to the back of this where there's going to be another airlift. And we're basically hopping up to the grace that's in front of Fort Faroth. And essentially we can grab that if you like, but if you watch the other video you pretty much already have this, so it doesn't necessarily matter. Now I'm going to run down this way towards the white rock, and you will see a airlift stream, which you can use to hop down safely. And boom, there's another church south way, so we're going to go and pick that up. Now I'm 100% sure I've already picked it up, so there won't be an item in there for me, but there will be for you if you haven't been here. So it'll be on the statue right there. grab the grace, because there's going to be a part where if you fail, you will die. So what we're going to do right now is, pretty much if you get onto this little rock section here, you'll have a much easier time rather than running. So he's going to walk, jump, jump again. I fucked up. Holy! I generally have not messed that up in like a year plus. Oh my god, that's actually insane. It's because I was just not focusing much. But if you die, you get TP'd down here. So just for video purposes, I'm just gonna go from the church thing again. Oh, that's jokes. Okay, so basically we just go back to that section. Holy. Jump onto the top and drop down to the next section, and then you're safely down on the ground. Now if you died, you would have ended up here, which is where I was. But what we're going to want to do is from there just walk over to this section. Now you want to play it safe. There's a grace just behind this tree that you can pick up. And then after that, you'd walk up the stairs, bend around the corner, and then you can see another set of stairs, and there'll be a golden seed to pick up on the top of this section. Then we'll be continuing back to where the grace was. Then from the grace, we'll essentially go... Let's go south way so we don't get invaded. Now, this is going to be where a boss is. But it's pretty safe to walk through. And you avoid all like the little dragonflies over there that will kill you. So you just carry on walking through. Just loop over this back section. And then you can pretty much just go south from here. Some decent items you can pick up if you want. Just be mindful. Then if you keep heading south, there'll be basically another grace just round by the rock over here. And if you're wondering where about we are, we were just in that place over there, which you could walk through there in that direction, but you wouldn't get the golden sea from over there. So, grace. Then we continue on this path. And there's another map piece. If you want to pick that up, feel free. But just further down to the left side, past the map piece, is another golden seed. And this is practically all we'll need for Kaled. So we're pretty much done with this entire section here and all of this here. So, oh wait, sorry, we haven't been up here yet. So back from Agil Lake North, we're going to head up this way. I kind of forgot we haven't been up there. But oh, one thing I forgot, sorry. At Fort Faroth, that's where the other Dectus piece is. We need that. I kind of just disregarded it because I've been there in my last thingy that I just recorded. So just to showcase, we're going to run through this as well. Now, it's pretty safe. Just run through and then just climb up this. Feel free to explore this if you want, but every enemy will probably one-shot you if you haven't leveled up your health and stuff. But at the top of this ladder is our other Dectus piece within that chest. I've obviously already opened it, but feel free to open it. So, once you have that, that is pretty much the only stuff that we need now from that starting section. We can continue onwards. So, from here, back to Agil. We're going to go through the gatefront. And there'll be one more seed that we can pick up as we go through this path. Mink. Now again, there is another map piece there if you feel like having a map piece. But the map pieces are really simple to find on the map anyway, because they're literally showcased when you don't have it. But either way, we're just running through. And then just up the top bend here on the left, there'll be a golden seed that we can pick up. Then, if you head up to this shack, there's a grace, and we want to pick up this stone sword key here. Feel free to grab the grace if need be. Now, head completely sort of up north, because we're going to completely bypass Stormvale so we can enter later areas, essentially. So you'll come across a broken bridge, which we're going to be crossing. So just keep following it around. Now there is like some techie jumps that you can do, but if you want to play it safe, I'm just going to do the safe route for everyone. You're just going to keep looping around. There will be some dogs on the path, but don't worry about them. Don't bother them, they won't bother you, simple as that. Just keep running around. And you'll come up to essentially the top of the next area that is just beyond Stormvale Castle. Ooh. So we are basically at Leonia of the Lakes now, behind Stormvale. Again, feel free to pick up some graces if you like, but as you can see there's another church just south to us, or southwest to be precise. And this has obviously got another flask upgrade, so we'll pick that up, then we'll continue downwards towards the lake, down the path. There's another like little checkpoint grace that you can pick up. Feel free. Little old merchant. Have a look at his wares if you want. But for the most part, let's continue through the lake. Now, I will grab the map pieces for this lake purely because it is quite a large section that you might just need to have visual recognition of exactly where we are. Because it is quite... There's 3 map pieces for Leonia, to give you an example. It's quite a large... little, like, massive land. It's probably the biggest in the game now that I'm, like, thinking about it, apart from DLC technically. But yeah, if we head up into this section here, there'll be a teleporter that we can go into. So if you take the teleporter, this will take us in front of the main gate. Now grab the grace. And before we continue on with where I want to go next, we're going to just backtrack down the path. Just feel free to ignore enemies. Then we're going to keep backtracking down. Now there's a golden seed literally just outside here. And if you want a map piece and a grace, just to finish off this section, just so you can see exactly the entirety of the map, we'll continue on down this way. And the map piece is not that far from it. And there's literally a grace right on it as well. So just here, there's a grace. And a map piece. So to give you a little perspective, we're still missing a Leonia map piece, so this is pretty much most of what we've got so far. Now, I'm just going to have a quick memory jog. That's not a proper church. That is, but we will head to that church at a different point. There's a better route for it. So, we're pretty much done with that section here, so we're going to TP back to the front gate in Leonia. And there's going to be a little jump that you can do here. If you fail, you will die, so bear in mind that you can basically press torrent up against this, like move it, and then you want to sprint and now jump and do a double jump, and you'll land safely on that rock. If you fail, do not worry about it. It is what it is. You can just get your runes and try it. So we're going to continue west around this little rock face. Just keep heading around. Now, bear in mind, there is a sort of thing that you can pick up, but you got to be a bit more careful. I'll probably showcase it. Yeah, I might as well. It is obtainable without fighting anything, so what you want to do is pick up the key on this body, past the dragon, just keep looping out and around. There's going to be a grace just in the forest over here. So you can rest on that, get another checkpoint if you like. I'm just going to keep bypassing around here. Now, if you want some runes, feel free to have some kind of throwable or like a bow. You can use a bow if you have a bow. But kukris work. We just picked some up at the dragon, so you should have some. Now, if you destroy these balloons with the kukris when you're locked onto the actual balloon itself, you will get like a rune 6, yeah, and all of these drop it, so it's quite a nice chunk of runes if you just want some quick runes. It's not really a detour, we're literally running through here, and there's also a grace on that little island. So by all means, feel free to get this. It's just some nice chunks of runes. Never say no to runes. So, there we go. Then we're going to be heading up to this island where the final Leonia map piece actually is. There'll be a grace that you can rest upon as well, just a bit further that way, to the left. So to give you context, that is now the entirety of Leonia. It is a very big chunk of map, a lot to explore. So feel free to go for it. But recommend just following this and then exploring after to your own extent of what you want to do. So there is a golden seed within this place here. I will showcase how to get to it, but it is long-winded, so feel free to skip through it if you do not feel like grabbing it. But it's not that hard to get. You don't have to fight anything, you can just run through. So all we need to do is smack this wall. You can grab this grace because it has a blacksmith that sells 1 to 4 on sombers. And then all you got to do is stick to exactly the path that I'm following, so like on that first northeast slot on the compass, and you just keep following that. You'll be fine. And now you can sort of loop in once you pass that second bit of the path towards the front door. And there's a grace at the front door, feel free to grab it. But for now, we're just going to essentially just run straight through. Because the beauty of this, you can essentially get all of this without fighting anything. There's no need to fight anything to obtain almost maxed out flasks, in hindsight. So we're just heading up into this section. There is another checkpoint grace here, just for safety. But it's very hard to die if you just run. So continue running. Whoosh moving, boy! Let's get some stamina back, because he's going to pull out a crossbow. Let me just keep walking to the side. This one will pull out a crossbow. Oh, never mind. He's going to just carry on doing his thing. Right, we're basically going to head up this lift, up ahead. And once we're out of here, there's a grace at the top of this bit, and our golden seed that we're after. So feel free to grab the grace, obviously, because it's like the final checkpoint you really need for this section. And then, boom, there's our tree with our golden seed that we're going to pick up. And then we're pretty much done with this area, so feel free to explore and whatnot, or just carry on following the rest. And come to this place after, because ideally, if you're following this from Limgrave, you haven't done Limgrave. So, for now, we're going to come back to this Road of Mana, because there is a golden seed up into like here. So we're going to essentially go from here, drop down and run up. Again, it's another out of the way golden seed, but it's a golden seed at the end of the day that is obtainable without fighting anything, so we may as well. So back onto the water, and it's really hard to miss because it's a giant ravine. So, yep, we continue up this ravine now until you'll literally see a golden seed. Grace right at the front of it, feel free. But there'll be another grace at the end of the ravine, so don't worry too much. And the only thing hostile are these giant poison sacks, which you literally don't have to worry about. Yep, so roughly where that little island is in front, you'll start to see a golden tree form in a sec. Boom, there it is, our golden seed. I'll show you where the grace is as well if you just want to grab it, because it is a pretty long detour through that gap, I'll tell you that now. So literally by this shack there is a grace that you can grab. So feel free to grab that for like a quick TP back to where you need to be sometimes. Do we have aggro currently? Yes, so I'm just going to sit on the grace so I can TP. So now we need to head back to the Laernia gate where we practically started. So this one. So because we grabbed that key behind the dragon, we can now enter that gate, where there's another golden seed and access to the grand lift is essentially what the decked pieces are going to be used for, which allows us to get into the Altus Plateau. So very good, and you ain't got to fight anything. So you want to just run behind here, and then at the end of the bridge there is a golden seed. So, boom, that's our golden seed. Oh yeah, don't forget to grab the grace in the middle of that bridge. I literally can't tell you the amount of times I forget, but either way, it's not too much of a detour because we've literally just grabbed the one at the other end of that section down there, but yeah, grab that grace. Then once you've done that, you're going to interact with this seal, which will then take us to Bellum Highway, if memory serves well with the name. Pretty sure it's Bellum. Yep, Bellum Highway. Now, you just want to head sort of north way, slightly off the path, because there's going to be another church. Yep, and then here is our church, and then in church is going to have another tier, which is raises the potency of your flask, so it'll heal more health per flask. Then boom. Now, all you want to do to get past this bit is keep sticking to the left-hand side. To the left-hand side. And on this body here, there's a rune arc. Feel free to pick it up. Quite a rare item overall, other than if you play PvP, then the most common item in the game. Now you can just hop on here, then just hop up here, and you avoid all the catapults, or the trebuchets, how you want to call them. Then this is our grand lift. So we're going to grab the grace within the grand lift first, but then we're going to take a slight detour to go to another church that is a bit harder to get to. But again, you don't technically have to fight anything, so you may as well. So grab the grace, because we'll have to TP back to this after to go up the lift. But we're going to take a quick detour out the left hand side here. Let's drop down. Now, there's going to be a Madness Tower that is basically like the Eye of Sauron. If it sees you, you're going to start getting frenzy build up. You can see the tower there. It'll activate in a sec once we get around the bend. I'm just going to run it. It is what it is. It'll just knock you off your horse if it procs, just like that. Doesn't necessarily do too much damage. Just get back on your old horse, carry on. Then we're gonna keep bending around here. Lovely. Loop into the village. Keep looping around. Now, a quick warning, there's going to be an NPC invasion. We're going to quickly grab the grace rather than anything else, just because this NPC is a bit annoying and probably will kill you. So you have to jump off your horse here, because it's going to knock you off the horse anyway for the invasion. So all you want to do is quickly get into the church. If Madness procs, and it's kind of annoying, but he's got hope. And make sure to grab the grace before anything else, because the NPC will be running after you. And I literally can't even like rest. That's mad. Yeah, I'm just gonna let him kill me, because I will not do enough damage to kill him. Killing me, bro. Hot blocked. Blocked. Thank you. Well, either way, that's where your tier is, but we're pretty much done here now. We're going to go back to the lift. Did I pick it up? Yes. Nice. Right. Back to the lift. And we are going to use our Dectus pieces to go up the lift. Skip, 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 skip. Right, so we're going to want to grab this grace right here first. Think of this as the hub of this area. We're going to need to use this to go a separate way after. I'm going to take you up into the mountain way first. So all we're going to do is sort of keep heading around this way. I'm just going to stick on the top layer just because I don't remember if it's accessible yet through this. Yes, it is. Okay, let's drop down here. So I'm going to make sure I was able to get there. So there's our golden seed for here. There's another grace there, feel free to grab. But for the most part, we're going to continue going up and round. Now bear in mind, you're going to unlock so many areas doing this. But again, this is a game where you're just able to do whatever the hell you want, so just explore where you feel like you're supposed to explore. That's the fun of this game. So again, another grace here. If you want to grab it, feel free. Now watch out for all the vents, but there's another golden seed right here. Now the next golden seed after this is quite a while away, but again it is a golden seed obtainable without fighting, so I will showcase it. So we're going to keep looping around the mountain. Again, mindful of the little like geyser vents, whatever you want to call them. Again, there is another grace right there, feel free to pick it up. So we're going to continue looping around. Then we're going to just cross the lava on torrent. Lava, magma. What would you call this? Because technically, I think it's magma when it's below and lava when it's on top. Memory serves. Pretty sure. Yeah. Well, continue looping around. I'd say it's going to be a little while before we get to the Golden Sea, because it is practically the entire area we're just running through. But this is the advantage of this. You get access to so many areas and you're able to just go through and have fun. Now bear in mind, it might mess with some quest lines because when you access certain areas, some NPCs kind of move, so do it at your own risk, but it's not the end of the world. Like, if you're doing a playthrough, NPC quests are so hard to do without just properly following a guide on them. Like, it's so hard. There's a grace there, feel free to grab. I'm just gonna run through because I already know I'm not gonna die. Oh. Right, it's going to continue up the mountain. It's just an entire big ass loop. Don't mind the pumpkin head, he's just a friend, he's chilling. Then you'll see a big ass ladder. You'll see a grafted scion that's going to jump down. Don't worry about him, just ignore him. He'll buff up, so you'll have plenty of time to get onto the ladder. And guess what? There's more ladders. Shocker. Go for this one over here. Climb, climb, climb. Such a stunning game, though. I absolutely love Elden Ring. Right, one more ladder.
Welcome, dear customer.
Dear customer.
Right this way.
Yes. Right this way, customer. Right this way. Right, up the ladder. Bum 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 bum. I just noticed. Why can I see like sort of a butthole imprint on this on this arm piece? Holy! Literally. Right. As soon as we're up here, we can hop back on Torrent. We're going to continue up to the wooden bridge, across the wood bridge. There's another checkpoint grace. Feel free to grab. I'm going to grab this one because I do not plan to grab another grace after I get the golden seed. That's literally just up ahead. So we're going to use the lift, hop up on the little cliff's top, mine the fallen star beast. He will charge at you, but don't worry about it. Just drop down here, and literally dead ahead right now you can see the golden seed. That's what we're after. So I'm gonna grab that and just TP back to the grace, because it is what it is. If you want them, in fact, no, I'll go and show you the map piece. It's just round the corner. Might as well. Map pieces are quite valuable for people in this. As you can see, there's the map piece. And if you want the grace, there's literally one just further down the road. Mind the big hand. As I said, mind the big hand. And here's your grace. Right, we are done with the mountain there. So, we need to head back to the Altars Plateau. Bum 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 bum. And we're going to be heading along the path. But there will be another grace that we need to grab. Not too far from here, because again, we're going to have to take a little detour to go and sort of get to an area. But in doing so, it allows us to grab a couple more things. Bum 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 bum. Right, this is the grace that I'm on about, so grab grace. Then before we head up the big staircase, we're going to do the little side area ones first. So what you want to do is obviously grab the golden seed over here. Then map piece up ahead. Whoa! Map piece. Now follow the path until you get to the broken bridge with the grace. And from there, we're going to take a little backtrack detour to another church, essentially. But there's going to be an invader again. But before the invader kills us or whatnot, I am going to use my lost grace to just TP back to this grace by the bridge. If it allows me, it might not because it's an invader. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure it won't because it's an invader, so I'm just going to get killed. It is what it is. So, kind of don't have runes at this point because you're probably not going to be able to escape. So, we're going to backtrack. sort of back to almost where the map piece was. Then you can see the church right there. We're just looking for the drop down, so this is the drop down. Then you'll drop down again, and obviously go into the church, but you will be invaded. So prepare to die. Fact, no, that's not actually invasion. Yeah, you can use the Lost Grace. As deep, that's not the invasion NPC I was thinking of. Hey, go away! Oh, just kill me. Thank you. That'll take us back to the bridge. I was thinking about a quest line where some NPC invade you in there. No, I want to go to the last site of Grace, because we need to cross that bridge now. So, there's a TP that we want to cross. So, from here, all we need to do is basically find the safe point to head downwards. Okay, we don't want to go here. It's slightly a bit more further over southeast way. It's basically through this village. You want to sort of detour through this village. And along this path, you'll see the golden seed tree. And now, once you've picked that up, feel free to get back to that Grace on the bridge. I'm going to TP back to the highway junction one and go up the massive staircase. But sort of stick to this left side so you avoid the catapults. Alright, now we're safe to head up in the middle section. So all we want to do, keep running up this side. Once you see the bowmen cock their bows, go into the middle, then continue on through the middle. And you'll avoid all of that every time without issue. Now there's going to be two bosses up here, just bypass them. Don't mind these. Bom, bom, bom. And Grace with 2 golden seeds, a map piece. Feel free to grab and everything like that. The tree sentinels will disappear when they get to around about this spot, so yeah, I'm not going to worry too much about that. Then from here, we can continue going upwards. Bum, 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 bum. And there's going to be 2 more golden seeds. Ba, 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 ba. Just on this tree here. Then we want to continue up the path over here. And then there'll be a Grace that you can grab. Don't worry about that person. Feel free to grab the Grace. Then we're going to be going through these big doors over here. And we're almost done in theory. There are a few more that are technically obtainable, but they're kind of behind bosses and stuff like that. But there is one thing that I really want to emphasize. And that is a very special talisman that can massively help you out when you have a higher health bar. Which is precisely... Oh, come on, game. There we go. So now we're going to continue heading down this way. Bum, 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 bum. There's a grace there, obviously. Now, this hero grave up the road, we're going to be needing to get into that. So, to give you a quick heads up, there is another church, literally just a bit further down that path. You'll be able to see it from here. You can see that church, so go grab your seed from there. Or not seed, the tier. But we want to get into this hero's grave here. Because this is where a talisman that can massively boost your flasks actually is. So you want to just bypass the Black Knife Assassin, don't worry about her. She's friendly, I promise. We want to basically get down here. And we're going to be using our key on this imp statue here. Mind whatever that is. Now this talisman boosts the potency of your flasks by, can't remember the exact percentage, but it's quite high. It's like 20-something%. So even with a large health bar, this is like, especially late game, this can be very good for like a Vigor 60 player in the end game. So now we just keep boosting. Obviously I haven't grabbed that one tier that is over there, just because I don't want to exceed an hour. It's a very long tutorial, but it's worth it. Right, so to give you context, we currently have 12 flasks out of 14, and they're at +9 out of +12. Oh, sorry, they'll be +10 because I haven't grabbed that one over there. So the rest of them are in the later areas of the game. So that is insane. And you don't have to fight any enemy. And you've unlocked pretty much the entirety of the area. So, hopefully this helps. And again, enjoy your OP playthrough. Peace.